So this is the Be Blessed wreath. And I wanted to tell you guys, did you get this sign, Gina, the Be Blessed sign?
No, I'm going to show you my sign. It's a little dinky sign, but I've had it. So I'm using this sign.
Oh, that's so cute. You might want to do that one like on the side. I don't know, how big is it?
It is about 6 inches by 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 by 6.
So that's almost like the same size as the Let Your Light Shine sign.
Yeah.
So that one might look a little bit better kind of on the side, but it's up to you. Play with it. But
yeah,
I wanted to show you guys the sign that I have. Unfortunately, you can't get anymore because unless you already ordered it, it was from One Hip Sticker Chick. And she sadly went out of business. And I was so bummed about that because these signs are perfect for wreaths. They're not license plate material, but they're very, very lightweight. What other sign did I use of hers? I'm looking around my kitchen here. I just used one of her signs. Oh, it was the lemonade sign, the round one for the When Life Gives You Lemons. So she actually custom made that sign for me. But she all of a sudden just decided she was going to stop making signs. And she actually made this one too that I never had a chance to use, this little camper sign.
Oh,
but it's very light wood. It's almost, I don't want to say it's balsam, because isn't that what those paper airplanes are made out of, or those little
balsa? Yeah, balsa.
Yeah, balsam. I'm such a goof. It's very light, but again, she just decided to close up shop, and she didn't really say why. I think it was family reasons, but I wanted to show you this one. This one is super cute.
Oh, yeah.
This is actually by one of our members, Patricia Van Lorp. She's got the Bright Designs. If you see me post her link, her Etsy shop, she is one of our members, but she makes signs too. And if you've ever ordered, here's her cute little face right there. You see her little face, she's so cute. I love her. It's almost like a license plate material. You guys, have you ever ordered from Jane's front before? Have you ever ordered one of her signs, Gina? Hold on, I gotta put my.
I don't think so.
It's literally like license plate material, and these are so great for hanging in signs because they're so light. And she puts the 4 little holes, but this came from her, and I'm gonna post her link again because just for our group, any of her signs are 50% off. And they're normally like, you know, what a sign usually costs, what, 12, 13 bucks? But
50% off or 15?
50.
Wow.
50.
Wow.
Yeah, that was really generous of her. She's a sweetheart, and she just added a bunch of fall signs too, and they're really super cute. So I'm gonna post a link, and you have to use the link that I post because it's one that's specially for our group. And when you use that link, it will automatically give you 50% off. So that's nice. Let me get rid of my gum because it's bothering me. Hold on one second. I do not like to swallow gum. So you know how I'm always talking about my little doggie that's sick? We're having problems with my kitty now. Did you know I had a kitty too, Gina?
No, I didn't.
She's a year older than Sammy. Her name is Claire, and she's a calico, and she's literally never had a health problem her entire life. And all of a sudden, she's just very, very thin, like real bony, and she's not.
How old is she?
She's 15.
She's probably going into renal failure, and they get skinny when they go into renal failure.
You know what? That's what I was afraid of. Did you have a cat that had that issue, or?
Yeah. Yep, I've had 2 that had renal failure. When Christopher's got, when he got it, he was a small cat anyway, and he lost down to nothing. And when I realized what it was, I went ahead and had him put down because I didn't want him to be in pain.
So how did they find that out? Did they have to do blood work? Because we're taking her next week to have blood work done.
they knew my cousin was a vet's assistant, a vet tech, and she had been one for 20 years. And all she had to do was she looked at him and then she felt around his kidney area, and she knew.
You know, I kind of read a little bit about that, and like I said, this cat has never ever been sick, and like
Whiskers
lately,
had never
in the
been sick.
last few weeks, she's just getting really, really, really thin, like real bony.
Yeah.
And
Is her coat losing its luster too?
yeah,
Yeah.
Aw. And is there anything that can be done or no?
I don't think so. I mean, Whiskers was 16.
What's
And,
that?
he was 16 years old, and my other cat was 15, and we just put them down. It was the best thing for them. I couldn't stand to see them suffer.
So is she in pain, do you think, or?
It might hurt her when she goes to the bathroom, and it might have her some discomfort around her kidney areas.
Yeah. She's not eating very much either.
Then yeah, I would say that you might need to be thinking about that it's about time.
No, I already have actually, but it just seemed like it kind of came out of nowhere, you know, like.
Yeah, it does.
So anyway, I don't want to turn this into like a sad.
Yeah.
That's kind of what, and I thought maybe her teeth were bothering her because sometimes when she would chew her dry food, she would kind of spit part of it out, like she was having a hard time chewing it. So I mixed a little bit of warm water in with her dry food because she doesn't like wet food. She just never liked wet food. And she seemed to eat it a little bit better, but I don't know, I guess. Yeah, she's got an appointment next week, so I guess we'll find out. But anyway, yeah, you knew that this day is eventually going to come, but you're never really prepared for it.
You're not ever prepared for it.
No, I know, but thanks for that information. So you would know. The only thing is it's my daughter's cat, and she's the one that moved to Colorado, so it's going to be really, really, you know, it's hard for her. It's going to be hard for her, you know, because I was telling her about it last night, and she said, Mom, bring her to the vet ASAP and see what's going on. So, okay. I have two types of mesh I'm going to be using. They're both 21 inch, but I thought it might be kind of neat to mix some textures here. I don't know if you can tell, but this is fabric mesh. If you guys have never worked with fabric mesh, you can see it's just a lot softer. Have you ever worked with it before, Gina?
Nope.
Fabric mesh is really, really nice. And I actually was able to cut this with the wood burning tool. I've never been able to cut fabric mesh with the wood burning tool, but I was able to. And it's just really, really soft, and it's got a different texture, if you can kind of see that. So I've got a roll of this, and then I've just got a roll of regular yellow. Where's my other mesh that I cut? And I thought it might be kind of neat just to mix the different textures. And this is just a yellow metallic, a shiny metallic. So what we're going to do, and we've done this method before, there's actually a method that you can do with 21 inch mesh that I was kind of wanting to try, but I don't know if I really like the way it looks when it's finished. Hardworking Mom has done it a couple of times, and what you basically do is you start it out the same way we're going to start it out. You can either roll it or you can fold it. You take it the long way like that, and you can fold it and then do your pinch in the middle. You kind of have a poof on one side and a ruffle on the other, and that's how you're going to attach it to your frame. Or you can roll it.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
I'm going to hit the mute button here, guys. Let's see, hold on. Let's just cut down the background noise.
Is she okay?
Okay. Or you can roll it. So once you roll it, then you fold it and you can pinch. So there's a couple of different ways you can do it. Now, the way that I was thinking about doing it And I saw this hardworking mom do it. She does it and she rolls it like that, but she makes a poof in the middle and she attaches it to her wreath form this way. This isn't what we're going to do because I don't really like the way it looks when it's finished. And she kind of puts the poof in the middle of the two ties like that. See, I'm totally off. It's not even even. This one's bigger on this side. And then she poofs out the middle. But I don't know. I don't like the way it looks when it's done. It just doesn't look, I just don't like the way it looks when it's done. So, but that's something else you can do. Of course, when you put it in, it's going to be even. Mine was very uneven. So we're just going to do it this way. You either roll it or you fold it. Pinch it in the middle. Now, once you get it laid down, you can poof out this side. So you're going to have a poof on one side. And I'm just going to lay it parallel to the wreath form and give it a couple of twists. And then you can take your poof. Whoops. I'm going to have a couple of frays here and there, even with the wood burning tool. And then you take your poof and poof it out a little bit. Make sure it's even on both sides. Just like that. That's kind of why you're folding it or rolling it to kind of hide those cut ends. Now, I'm going to get my other piece of my metallic and I'm going to alternate. So this is the fabric mesh, and then I'm going to put my metallic on top of it. Again, doesn't really matter. You can roll or you can fold. The secret is to get, you might even want to, you could even do this. You could even just curl in your cut ends like that. You could even do that. See how it's kind of like curled in? You could even do that and then fold it. Because the secret is to get your cut ends to be hidden so you don't see them. And do your pinch. And I'm just going to lay this second one right on top of the first one, but going in the opposite direction. So I have my curl on this side. I'm going to lay my second piece with the curls on the other side. You can crisscross them if you want, like that. That's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to crisscross them. And then you can pull out your poof. So I've got a couple of different textures going here. I've got my fabric mesh and I've got my metallic on top. And then when I go to the next one, I'll just alternate. And if you guys have the same kind of mesh, you know, it doesn't matter. You know what would even look cute here is black and yellow. If you have any black mesh. If you have, say, a roll of 10-inch black mesh, what you could do is do this on the first tie and then go ahead and put like ruffles, like 10-inch ruffles in black mesh on top of that. That would look really cute. So let's see. I'm going to go this way with my next piece. I'm going to kind of go in the opposite direction. So then once you get it on there, pull out your poof a little bit. This makes a very, very full wreath. I saw somebody the other day, and I think this would look great with the fabric mesh. You can take your piece of 10 by 21 inch mesh, and you can ruffle it. You just start at the long end here, and you ruffle it up the middle. And look at that. Look at that nice big ruffle that you can get with 21-inch mesh. Okay, that's another idea that you can do. It works good with the fabric mesh because the fabric mesh doesn't curl as much, but if you were going to try to do it with, let's see what I want to do. I think I'm just going to fold this. If you were going to try to do it with regular mesh, it might be a little harder to ruffle because it has a tendency to curl more. This isn't as stiff, fabric mesh is a lot, you really should try it. It's not as stiff as regular mesh. It's a lot easier on your hands. It's soft. So I'm gonna go across now. I laid my first piece this way. I'm gonna go across. I'll do crisscross like that with my second piece. So let me show you what I mean.
Christina, we
Yeah.
put 2 in each twist.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I wanted. Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's try it with this. Now look how curly that is. You can try to ruffle it. You just have to. I just want to see if it would work with. Actually, I saw somebody making a fall tree with 21-inch mesh, and they were ruffling it like that. And I guess you can do that. Look at that. We're going to have to do a wreath like that now. I may surprise you one of these days and say, okay, get some 21-inch mesh. We're going to ruffle it. That's one I have never done. So now I'm going to start with my fabric mesh. My poor kitty. I'm sad now, Gina. I keep thinking about my kitty. Oh, well. But you're right, though. I don't want her to suffer. I actually first learned this method from Trendy Tree because I really was not good at making poofs. And I think if you were like me, you bought a ton of 21-inch mesh when you were first starting out. And then you really didn't know what to do with it. It seemed like the only thing you could do with it was make a poof. And I thought, well, I want to be able to do something else with it. And that's when I found the Trendy Tree video. So Gina, can I ask you one more question, then I promise I won't talk about my kitty anymore? You there?
What you got? Yeah.
So do you think the vet would be able to just tell by looking at her and not needing to do any blood work, or?
If it's a good vet, that should be able to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
that's my opinion. I mean, my cousin, she wasn't a vet. She was a vet tech. She had to go to school. She had to get so many hours of work and everything. And all she had to do was feel his kidneys, around his kidneys, and she knew.
Yeah. All right. Okie dokie. Guess we'll wait and see. I certainly don't want her to suffer or be in any pain. But this is so easy to make. I mean, and it's such a great way to use 21-inch mesh. It really is. If you're sick of the poof, you still do have a poof here, but you have a ruffle or a spiral on the other end. So it's kind of like 2 methods in one. I don't need my AC tonight, Gina. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you jealous, but there's a nice breeze coming through the window. Some of them I'm folding and some of them I'm rolling. The fabric mesh looks a little bit nicer folded, so. And then I'm rolling the regular metallic mesh. I got this fabric mesh from Craft Outlet, and you literally just have to Google fabric mesh. And it is a little bit more expensive. I think I paid $10 for the roll, or $9.50 or something like that. but it's just so nice on your hands. It's so easy on your hands. It's not scratchy at all. Is that you, Lisa Moon? I see Lisa's iPad. I think so. I think that's the only Lisa that I was
Yes,
expecting.
ma'am. It's Lisa Moon.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. And I see Candy's here. Hi, Candy. Unless I look up, I can't see who's here. So I just happened to look up and I looked at my list. Hold on. This needs to be centered a little bit more.
Hi, everyone. I finally unmuted myself.
Okay. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find that unmute button.
I know, isn't it?
It is.
I like your technique. That's going to be so
Oh,
nice.
we've done this a few times. This is your first time seeing it, huh?
Yeah, and that'll be so awesome for me because
It makes
I've
a
got
really, really full wreath. It really does. And so it's kind of like a poof and a spiral together. But
That's awesome.
I'm kind of just curling in my ends here. You can roll it all the way around, but I like to kind of curl my ends in. And then you kind of fold it over and pinch in the middle. It's just a different way to use 21-inch mesh than just your standard poof. And I'm alternating. I don't know how early you came into class or late, but this is fabric mesh here. And this is regular metallic mesh. Did you hear me explaining what fabric mesh is? Or I don't know when you came in. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's okay. Yeah, you had explained, yeah.
It's very, very soft. It's very easy to work with. It's not scratchy at all. But I kind of wanted to get a couple of different textures in here, so I thought it might be kind of neat to combine the two.
How wide are you cutting it?
10 inches.
10, okay.
So 21 by 10-inch pieces. So I've got, on this one, I've got my regular, my regular mesh on the bottom. It goes blurry sometimes. There we go. I've got my regular mesh on the bottom here, and I'm going to get my fabric mesh on the top now. I'm just kind of going back and forth. The fabric mesh I'm going to fold because it just looks better folded.
I hadn't seen it done before either.
Who's that, Emily? Jackie.
Jackie.
Yeah, you're new, Jackie. I think that
I hadn't seen it either.
Really?
No.
I can't remember. I know we did it for the Mother's Day wreath. I'm trying to think what else.
I didn't do the Mother's Day wreath.
Oh.
But I've got a ton of 21-inch mesh back there.
This is a great method to use. Great. You put 2 per tie. Look how full that is.
Hey,
Look at that.
Christine, I have a question.
What's that?
I have a question.
Okay.
I have a lot of 21-inch mesh that has stripes, like for Halloween
Okay.
and Christmas. Would this method work for that, or
Oh,
would,
absolutely. That would be gorgeous. That would look beautiful with that mesh.
I've never seen this method either.
It's awesome. Like I said, I first saw it on, I gotta plug in my battery here before I lose you. I first saw it on Trendy Tree, and it's just awesome. I was always looking for a different way to use 21-inch mesh, and I think we're gonna ruffle it next time too, because I saw somebody ruffle it 21-inch mesh before, and I think that would be gorgeous. So it's just like make like a little bow tie. That's all. What's that? Oh, I have to show you my mesh for tomorrow, Gina. I actually just got it in the mail today. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the basket weave mesh before. Have you ever seen that?
Is the strawberry wreath, is it tomorrow night or is it Sunday night?
I thought it was tomorrow, didn't I? Isn't it tomorrow? Hold
Thought it
on.
was Sunday.
Let me look. I don't think I changed it. I know I'm always changing stuff around. Hold on.
It's tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't have my sign. I won't have anything for it, so.
You don't have your mesh and stuff?
Well, I was going to go buy it today if my sign came in, or go buy it tomorrow if my sign came in, but my sign's not in.
So, well, you can still make it and just put your sign in after. This is basket.
I may do that.
This is basket weave mesh. And I love it. This is what I'm going to use for my strawberry wreath. Isn't that pretty?
Yep.
It wasn't very easy to cut with the wood burning tool, I'll tell you that right now, but I did it. I made it work. So I'm going to use that, and I'm actually going to use the same method that we're doing for this, but I'm only going to be using that, and then I'm going to be adding 15-inch ruffles with either red or white. I haven't decided what color I'm going to use yet. So we're going to be doing this, but instead of putting 2 of these on each tie, we're going to do 1 of these, and then we're going to do a 15-inch ruffle with 10-inch mesh. That's going to be a little bit different. A little bit. I think this one, see, I don't want my cut ends to show, so I'm kind of trying to tuck them in here, just like that. Get those ends tucked right in, or you could just roll it. It doesn't really matter. As long as this is the look that you have when you're done. And then just crisscross your second piece. Gina, did you see that Miss Regina Sellers is selling ribbon now?
I saw that.
If you guys don't know who Regina Sellers is, she is the creator of the Pro Bow.
Is it Expressions ribbon or
No, it's Reliant.
Reliant? Is
I've
it
never-
really expensive? Because
I don't know. I've never used Reliant ribbon, so I don't know. I love Expressions ribbon. That's my
I
favorite.
do too, and Lynn Keys has a lot of the Expressions ribbon.
Uh-huh. So where are we now? You're probably not going to use 2 full rolls. For this, I would say you're probably going to use maybe a roll and a half. But I still went ahead and I cut both rolls because what am I going to do with a half a roll of unused 21-inch mesh? So I'll just get it cut, and then I may use it to add to something else. I've done that a lot. You know, I've reached into my extras bag or my box, and I've used mesh that's already cut for something else. Like that, the rail that I made, the summer one, was all pre-cut, leftover mesh and ribbon. I didn't have to cut any new at all. So that one worked out really well. Of course, I didn't need a lot for that because it was so small. But I have 2 full bags of leftover strips of ribbon that I save because I don't like to throw anything away because you never know when you might need it. What's your kitty doing, Gina? Let's see. So I'm just alternating here. You can use any color, any pattern you want for this method. Uh-oh.
Was I muted when I said about my cat, or did you hear me?
I didn't hear you.
Okay, I must have muted myself. She's hiding right now because it's still storming. Earlier today, she jumped on top of the counter, got on top of the refrigerator, and jumped on top of the cabinet. All you could see was her little ears sticking up above the edge of the cabinet because she was hiding.
Didn't you get a picture of her like that once and post it? I thought for sure I saw a picture of her on top of the cabinet.
She was watching there, but this one, she was hiding. All you could literally see was her little ears.
How does she get up there?
She jumps on the cabinet, on the counter, and then on top of the refrigerator, and then it's on top of it.
Aw. Yeah, when we had fireworks the other night in my neighborhood, my dog was fine because she, I think she's losing her hearing now too. And normally she's very stressed with fireworks, but we had the AC running and the TV on, and she slept right through it. But my cat was very, very stressed. Oh, Claire. Claire. I'm sorry. I'm sad now. We're so, it's like, I messed this up. We've been so wrapped up in Sammy, because Sammy got diabetes and, had all these other health issues that we just always assumed, that since Claire has never really been sick, which she hasn't. She really has never been sick. All right, last tie on the bottom here.
Are you doing it the same way in the middle?
With 2 per tie?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do that. I'd like to do it, it might be a little bit too full. Let me see how it looks. That's what I planned on doing.
Okay.
This is going to go on the bottom. And try not to squish your pieces on top of each other. You want to, once you lay it, pull the piece up that's next to it so they're not, on top of each other. I mean, the 2 that you're putting in the tie obviously are going to be on top of each other, but the ones that are next to each other, you don't really want them to be squishing each other. Yes, so if you're going to take that tobacco basket class, I think, Gina, you got yours today, right? Hobby Lobby. What's that?
I did get mine today.
66% off. And
No,
then
ours weren't on sale anymore.
They what?
Ours weren't on sale anymore.
Oh, no.
But I used my 40%.
Oh, good. And were the florals on sale at your Hobby Lobby this week?
Yep.
Yeah, all florals are 50% off this week. They alternate. One week it's the florals 50% off, and the next week, the other alternate week, it's ribbon and mesh. Just as a little heads up for the sales at Hobby Lobby. That's how they work. There. All right, there's the outside. Now let's move to the inside. I just want to check on my kitty. I want to see where she is. Okay.
The Infinity family there's nothing traditional about. Let your new legacy begin at the Infinity Summer Sales. Infinitive, empower the drive.
When you combine ancestors' DNA tests
She's sleeping. I just wanted to check on her. Let's see. Just do the same thing on the inside. Let me see how it looks with 2. I'd like to keep it uniform. I probably could get away with just using 1 on the inside, but I think I'm just going to keep doing the way I did it and do 2 per tie. Go this way. You know, I don't think I've ever made a yellow wreath before. I think this is the first time I've done all yellow. It's weird. Never made a yellow wreath. Very pretty. Cheryl's here. Hi, Cheryl. I just looked up and saw you here. How are you? I don't remember where I started. It gets so busy. Here we go. You kind of forget where you left off. I think the first time I did this method was last year. I did a Halloween wreath, and I did it all in purple. I did purple for the mesh, and then I did all different colors of ribbon. I did like a green, and I did an orange. It was the, and I had the Pumpkin King there. What's that movie? Nightmare Before Christmas? Yeah, I had the Pumpkin King sign. And it came out really nice. I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday, and I'm waiting for the fall to go on sale. Normally, it doesn't really go, well, it goes on sale, but I think what it does is they'll just take a 40% discount. It'll be like 40% off to start, and then it just stays at that, and then it just keeps getting higher and higher. I want to say that the Christmas automatically just goes at 50% off, and it just stays.
Okay, I'm gonna be really quick right now. Okay.
Okay.
I am a single woman trying to find someone to date using the dating websites.
Where is this coming from? We were just talking about Hobby Lobby. Go ahead.
I got every jerk texting me and everything. Now this one guy that won't leave me alone is wants to meet me tonight when I get done with this class. And I keep on telling him, no, no, no. He has literally sent me, since we've been started here, 15 messages.
Why don't you block him?
I'm getting ready to.
Well, is he attractive? It doesn't matter. That's rude. I hate dating sites.
He's cute.
Yeah.
And then, but he is, he wants a relationship right away, and I want to date.
Oh, goodness. That's a little scary.
Yeah.
Have you met him yet?
Yeah.
You have?
Yes, I went out to dinner with him one night.
So what's his personality like?
Redneck cowboy.
Why don't you tell
Seriously?
him, listen, I'm in the middle of a class. Stop texting me. And what's he saying?
Well, call me when it's over with. I'll come down there.
Just say, okay, stop texting me.
What?
Oh,
Anyway,
Gina, I know, dating sucks.
dating sucks.
Why do you think I've been with the same guy for almost 10 years, even though he drives me crazy?
Well, I dated a guy for 3 years until he decided that he wanted to date other people and live with somebody else too. Why would he date?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to vent. It's just driving
No,
me
it's
crazy.
okay. It's vent away. Just say if you text me one more time during class, we're not going to meet ever again. So don't be rude. Space. Give me my space. Don't interrupt a girl's wreathing time. No, I got to make sure my daughter made it to Poughkeepsie. She drove to meet a friend down there. Hold on a second. Where's my phone? She was driving for 3 hours. Give me 1 second, you guys. I forgot to make sure that she made it okay. My other daughter was driving. She's going to just get so mad at me if she knows I'm calling her during class.
Can Gina hear me?
Yes.
Your fella's looking for a sugar mama. That's why he's in such a hurry.
That's okay. You made it all right?
Oh, no, he's
Oh,
not.
I knew that, so I was
He's
wondering.
looking for a sugar mama. He's looking in the totally wrong area.
I got you.
Does he think you have money?
I don't know what he thinks, but he's barking up the wrong tree if he thinks I do.
What's his relationship status? Did he just get out of one recently, or?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like,
Be careful.
And the guy that I really like, the guy I really want to talk to and want to go out with, his work schedule is so crazy. He works second shift right now, and they're working pretty much 7 days a week, so we can't see each other.
Oh, man. What site are you using, can I ask?
I'm using 4.
Oh,
I'm on eHarmony Match.
that's
Plenty of-
expensive. eHarmony's expensive.
Yeah, I'm letting that one expire. I'm not doing it again because I've not met anybody off of it.
I met my honey on Plenty of Fish.
Match is okay, but Plenty of Fish seems to be better, but I don't know. And Zeus is nothing but a hookup site. All those.
What about OkCupid?
I don't know about OkCupid. I'm thinking about going to Our Time.
I was thinking about that too, actually, for a little while. You think that maybe they'd be more mature? Well,
I'm hoping they would be, but I don't want a 60-year-old guy either.
No, I know. That's what would happen. You get mails from like 80-year-old guys,
Oh, I'm getting them right now, even off of Plenty of Fish from guys who were 60 years old, and it's like that. No.
So this is getting really full. That's why I like this method. And I bought yellow pipe cleaners specifically for this wreath because I wanted them to match. I've been making my own wreath forms for a while because the work forms have been so hard to find. But I'm telling you, this is a Dollar Tree frame. And you can still get a really full wreath. Look at that. That's only halfway done out of a Dollar Tree frame. Everybody will, will try to tell you, oh, you need to buy a work frame or your wreath isn't going to be full. That's not true. That is not true. I need more mesh here. Uh-oh, my charger came unplugged. Let me see if I can fold that. And you can still fold these. I'm going to start folding these pieces too. I like the two textures together here. You could actually use, in this method, you could use a solid and you can use a pattern, or you can just use like, I think that was Jackie that said that they had the striped. You could just use the striped by itself.
Are you going to go back around and put another layer on yours, or are you just going to do the one layer?
Nope. Because I have 2 in each tie, so that's going to be enough. Where would I put the other layer?
That's what I was wondering.
So you're definitely going to have some leftover mesh, but like I said, I always just cut both rolls, even if I think I'm not going to use all of them, because what am I going to do? I can't make a poof wreath out of a half a roll of 21-inch mesh. So I just keep the extra pieces, I store them, and then, I might need them to add a little extra something to another wreath.
I only needed 1 roll.
Really?
Yeah.
You've got 2 in each tie?
I do.
Well,
I had bought some work forms left over after Easter, and they had just I think maybe 1 top less for each on each row, but it looks pretty full.
I'm sure it is. I mean, it's very possible. I didn't count how many pieces I got out of 1 roll. I'm very bad at that. So I think it's because I was using 2 different types. That's why I had 2 different rolls. So it's very possible you can just make this with 1 roll if you have 1 color. And what, you have yellow, Gina?
Yep, I have yellow.
You're already done? You're so fast.
Yep, I'm already done.
You're speedy. Even with what's his name texting you, you still got done before me.
Speedy Gonzalez?
Huh? You're fast. I think I only have a couple more ties to go anyway. Hey, Mimi. You always sneak on and I don't see you. And I look up and there you are, and she's visiting.
I'm watching.
I don't think
There are so many of the other teachers doing.
They're doing lives.
Whatever. Yes, doing lives.
You hopping around from video to video?
I was just looking. My God, everybody is on.
Wow. Busy night.
Yep.
Who's on tonight anyway? I'm just curious.
I don't know their names.
Oh, that's good. You know my name though. Like if somebody asked you, is Christina on tonight? You're like, yes, she is.
Okay. I wasn't gonna talk, remember?
I know, Mimi. I'm sorry. I had to say hello. I had to say hello to my Mimi.
Okay.
Okay. Mimi, this is fabric mesh. You don't have to answer. But I want you to look at this, and you can see how soft it is compared to regular mesh. It's very easy on your hands. You can
Beautiful.
Google it. Yeah, so I've got fabric mesh, I've got regular metallic mesh. I combine the both. But
How long are the pieces?
21 by 10 inches. So you're just
Okay.
kind of rolling it or folding it and then folding it in half. I'm not sure if you've seen this method before, and then just pinch it in the middle.
Okay, it's
And
easy.
that's it. Fabric mesh is a little bit more expensive, but it's really easy on your hands. And I like the two different textures here together. I think it worked out really well. So we have our nice big poofy yellow wreath. And again, this is the first time I've ever made a yellow wreath. My very first time at using yellow. I may have used it with other stuff, but not just strictly yellow. You can do yellow and black here too. All right, so I have a piece of mesh here that I didn't want to use because it was fraying. Move him out of the way. Here's my sign. I always like to put my sign on before I put my ribbon because I don't want to squish my ribbon.
Where'd you find the sign?
Unfortunately, she's not in business anymore. This came from One Hip Sticker Chick, and I am so sad because I recently just discovered her, but she posted maybe a month and a half or so ago that she was going out of business, and I'm so sad. Her signs are really lightweight, but I don't know if you saw, I showed this sign. One of our members, her name is Patricia Van Lorp. She makes signs as well, and look how cute this one is.
Oh yeah, that is.
It's like a license plate material. It's very, very light. Really good for wreaths, and there's little holes in it. I'm going to post a link. Is this Jackie?
Yeah, it is.
I'm just trying to get used to your voices here, and I should know your voice. We talked on the phone for like half an hour the other day. I'm going to post a link because all her signs, if you order from my group, you can get them 50% off. Not 15, 50. And she's
Okay.
got some really cute signs for fall too. But you have to use the link
Okay.
that I post because it's a special link that you'll get 50% off. So
Now on that, your wreath there, you just put one on the inner one, right?
I put 2 on each one. I put two
I know
poofs.
2 on the out, but it was 2 on the inside too?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I went ahead and did 2 on the inside too. Now what these little things are that I'm getting out, I think you guys have seen these before. You can get them in Walmart. They're near the cable ties. They're little cable tie holders. There's a sticky on the back, and there's a little hole in the middle that you can put your zip or your pipe cleaner through. And they're really great for attaching your sign to your wreath. You just pull off the sticky. Just pull the sticky off. I had a real heavy sign though that it came off. So if you have a heavier sign, just give it a good push. I would maybe put a little bit of super glue or something on there just to give it some extra stability. But if you have a light sign like this one, you won't have an issue. It just sticks right on there. You can see it. I just stuck it on each end there. And you get your pipe cleaners. You put them right through a little hole there. I'm not going to go all the way through. I'm just going to give it one little twist here. And these are especially nice, you know, for the southern ladies with the heat, because if you're going to be hanging this on your door, hot glue will just melt right off. So,
Oh yeah.
you know, I would even still recommend maybe adding a little extra super glue just to make sure that you don't, lose it in the heat. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think mine just came loose because my sign was heavy. Now this is kind of a big sign, so I'm just going to put this right in the middle. Don't attach it too tightly until you're sure that you like the positioning of it. Nothing is worse than getting your sign on there and then you go to hang it or hold it up and it slides. I like to try to attach it to one of the crossbars if I can. So I'm just going to turn it actually because I want to try to get it, because that way it keeps it from sliding too. If you pull it through and try to wind it around one of the crossbars. But again, don't go too tight yet until you're happy with the positioning of it. Just kind of loosely. Yeah, I think it was the Life is Better at the Beach sign. That was a really heavy sign. And that came loose on me. I see you there, Miss Connie. You don't have to answer. I see you have your headphones on, which means hubby's in the room. I got it. All right. And it's so awesome. These signs are so awesome, these lightweight signs. Jane's Front Door Decor is another one that has lightweight signs. But that's pretty much perfect. That's right where I want it to be, right in the middle. Now we can add our ribbon. Let's see what I have here. I have a bunch of different ribbon here. I have a bunch of cute ribbon. This one I love. This one I had to actually order from a D-Stash site because Craft Outlet was out of it, and I just absolutely loved it for this wreath. If you don't know what a D-Stash site is, go to Facebook and look up Wreath and Craft Supply D-Stash. That's the biggest one. If you ever have a hard time finding a certain ribbon or a certain mesh, just put a picture of it and say, does anybody have this? And you can usually find it on there. Somebody has an extra roll. People go on there and sell all the time. And then I have this cute black and white. And of course I have to have some bee ribbon. And I got this from my favorite Etsy shop, Perpetual Ribbons. And let's see what else I have. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet. I actually have this yellow, like a checkered ribbon, and then I have a polka dot. So I have quite a bit of yellow here. Maybe I'll use a little bit of both. Let's see. And these are cut in 14 inches. So let's see what I want to pair with what. Usually a 2.5 with a 1.5. I think you guys know the routine by now. I think I'll put this one with this one. I always start on the outside. I feel like I need to move this down. Whoops. And then I get blurry. There we go. That'll work. Yeah, my son was able to fix my laptop for me last night. Thank God. I was in a panic. My laptop crashed and would not turn back on. And he knew immediately what the problem was. I'm not good with that kind of stuff, so at all. He's like, yeah, Mom, just do this. Hold on, get out of my way. Let me sit down. Go in the kitchen. I'm like, okay. I get help from my son too, Mimi, with my technology. That looks cute. Of course, I gotta have my little bow tie. This is a 16-inch piece. I was so upset earlier. We took our doggie out to go to the bathroom after dinner, and there was a squirrel just like sitting in the grass. And you know squirrels don't just sit. You get anywhere near them and they book it. They're very nervous little creatures, and he was just kind of like hanging out there. And I don't know if he was sick or maybe he got hit by a car. He kind of wandered into the yard, but he was not moving. And, my son said he saw him breathing and he was kind of blinking a little bit. And I don't like to see animals in pain. I don't care if it's a squirrel or, whatever. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to call. You try to call animal control and, you get a voicemail. So I called the police and I said, I feel kind of dumb because it is just a squirrel, but it's an animal, and it was in pain and it was hurt. So, he didn't really seem like he cared. It's like, well, we'll try to get somebody out there to see what we can do. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so then finally, we watched it for a while. I wasn't going to touch it. I didn't know if it was rabid or whatever. And then finally my son, we went back out and it had like gone somewhere. So it was just sad. I don't like to see animals hurt. So let's see what I'm going to do here. Let me see how these look together. You know what? I think I'm going to use the polka dot only because there's polka dots in the, I don't know. Let me see. What do you think, Gina? Which one should I use?
What's on the, okay, now. I can't see. What's the other one?
Just a polka dot.
No, use the other one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Gina. Gina's my little helper. When I can't decide, she helps me out. I think it was maybe an overload of polka dot. It was too much polka dot. And this is actually some ribbon I had left over too from another project. This yellow. A black and white polka dot would look really cute here too. I actually had a black and white polka dot, but I figured I really wanted to use this one. So I thought that might have been a little bit too much with the black and white polka dot. And I like this black one too, this black and white one. Whoops.
Christina,
Yeah.
what you really needed for your squirrel was your local wildlife rehabber.
I don't know if we have one of those.
If you'll
I was
send me
thinking about that. There's got to be like a wildlife,
if you'll send me a private message and tell me what part of the state you're in,
Okay.
I'll check with some of the other rescuers.
Okay.
And a wildlife rehabber has to be licensed by each individual state,
Okay.
and they usually have a list. And they helped me last week with some information for a different part of North Carolina.
Okay.
So if you'll send me that, I'll try to find out for you. and
Oh,
send that
thank
back
you.
to
I had a feeling there had to have been some organization that, that helps, wild animals.
Yeah, wildlife's kind of tricky because some of them, it's illegal for us to help, even though we're trying to do a good thing. It's against the law.
Why?
I have no idea. Probably has something to do with rabies and stuff like that.
Yeah. I felt so bad for him. I mean, I don't know if he didn't look too good, so I'm thinking maybe he kind of crawled into the bushes and died, but I didn't really want to have to. I didn't really want to have to pick him up and move him, and so poor thing. Thank you so much for that. And who is this talking now? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get used to your voices here.
Emily.
That was Emily?
Yes, I think honeybees are one of those that you can't do anything with.
Oh.
I moved into an apartment one time and there was honeybees in the patio and I couldn't do anything. I wanted to just spray them, get them out of the way. I didn't want my babies to get stung.
Yeah.
But,
so you're not allowed to kill them?
No.
Wow.
And you have to have a certified honeybee person to come take them away.
Honeybees are getting endangered. They're on the threatened list.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Well, I just know that that's one of the things you can't do anything with. You have to call somebody. You call the Paw Patrol.
All I know is that I just seen a video a couple of days ago. Yeah, Paw Patrol. I saw a video a couple of days ago on YouTube or on some Facebook page of a woman that had actually rescued a squirrel. And she actually rescued the squirrel. The squirrel was sick, and she nurtured it, and she nursed it back to health, and then she let it go. But didn't you know that squirrel came back and visited her like every couple times a week for 18 years? Mm-hmm. And so, of course, I had just seen this video, and my heart's going out to this poor squirrel laying there. I didn't know if he was going to die or not, and I was afraid to touch him. So, yeah, I have a real soft spot for animals. Forget about spiders, though. There's no soft spot there whatsoever. No soft spot for spiders. Ugh.
This is Lisa Moon that asked you to send me the private message, though.
Oh, okay, that's right. I appreciate that. I'm still trying to get used to your voices here.
That's okay.
I will do that, Lisa Moon. Is that who comes in like who comes and takes care of like a deer when it gets hit? Who does that? Is that the same people or?
I'm guessing that would probably be wildlife management also.
Yeah. That looks really cute. Look at that ribbon. I like that ribbon. Okay. This is the slow part. You would think that the mesh is the slow part, but I'm so fussy with my ribbon when I add it that I sit here and I play with it. Instead of just throwing it on there.
Christina, you said another way is to gather it and make ruffles?
You can make ruffles out of these pieces.
Because I have to make another one.
Were you here at the beginning of this class when I showed that you could do a ruffle?
This is Emily.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were you here at the beginning of the class when I did that?
Yes.
You can definitely do that. You might have an issue with some fraying because you know how normally when you do a ruffle, your finished edges are on the outside. So
Well, I've got the fabric mesh.
You have the fabric mesh?
Yes, I do. I
think
found some.
that does fray less. It does.
Yes,
So
and
just take your
it doesn't hurt your hands.
No, it doesn't. It's really nice on your hands. Just take your 10 by 21 inch piece and ruffle it the long way.
See, I've got another Melissa. I have two.
Uh-huh.
So I have to make two of them.
Oh. What are you going to make?
Another honeybee.
Oh, okay.
You know that Melissa means honeybee, right?
No, I didn't. Really?
Yes.
How cute is that?
Oh, yes, and they're both into the honeybee thing.
Uh-huh.
They got little necklaces. They got little signs.
Now they're going to have wreaths.
Yes. And my daughter says, you know, you have to make three. I said, I back off. I don't know who the third one is.
Oh, no. So Melissa's your daughter. Who's the other Melissa?
Well, she's just a really good friend. Actually, she calls herself my daughter. Anyway.
That's all right.
One of those things where everybody wants to be your child.
Yeah, I've got 3. That's enough.
Well, I've got 3, but yeah. She thinks she is, and her kids call me grandma anyway.
Oh, cute.
So I'll make her one.
She lives nearby?
Yes.
I cannot find my other pipe cleaner here. Where is it? I've got one sticking out here. There it is. I don't know if the Etsy shop I got this bee ribbon from has any left, but she might. Perpetual Ribbons, I love that shop. You're not going to get a full roll. She does not sell full rolls of ribbon. So a lot of people may complain and say, you know, that's expensive if you don't get a full roll. But honestly, if you're just looking for enough to make one wreath, that's what you're going to get. And she's got super fast shipping.
Christina, I've been collecting this stuff long before I knew you were making a.
You did what?
I said, I've been collecting this stuff for a while.
What stuff?
The stuff for the honeybees. I didn't know you were going to have a class.
You did
until I started.
Oh my goodness.
I got my bee ribbon from Lynn Key. She had it in natural and in plot.
Oh. I've never ordered from her. I've seen her page. Do you order right from the Facebook page, or does she have an Etsy shop too?
She has a Shopify shop that you can order off her Facebook page and through Shopify, but she has the Expressions ribbon.
Oh, okay. How's her prices?
She has really good. She's got good prices. And she has a lot of sales too.
I need to go check her out.
I got most of my good ribbon. All of it came from her.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started out, I bought everything from her.
This bee ribbon doesn't want to cooperate, doesn't want to lay the way I want it to lay, so I'm not going to sit here
Fire it.
Play with it all night. This is really stiff, this ribbon here. I like that. A nice stiff ribbon works really well in a wreath. I don't like when it flops around like that, but we're getting there. What do I need now? $9:20. That's what time it is here. You're in Eastern Zone, right, Gina? You're in Georgia?
Yes, ma'am. I am. This is my ribbon combinations that I'm using. And I'm doing this. Don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a chevron and a B. That's probably better like that. Chevron and a B.
Oh, yeah.
And then I did go overload on the polka dots. I have big polka dot in black and a little polka dot in yellow and black.
Oh, I like those. You can never
And
go
then
overload
for
on polka dots.
For my bow ties, I'm going to use this houndstooth on the yellow and the
Ooh,
V.
I like the houndstooth. I was going to get some of that. I did never
And
ended up
then
doing
on
that.
my polka dots, I'm going to use the B.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Ooh, that's going to be cute. See, if you don't have it gathered just the right way in the middle, your ribbon's not going to lay right. There you go.
Where did you get the bee ribbon?
I got that from my friend's shop on Etsy. It's called Perpetual Ribbons. But Gina said she got some from Lynn Keys, Keyes. You can look her up on Facebook too. She's got a shop. You know, if you ever want to find ribbon, you know, hard to find ribbon, I always go to Etsy too. Just go right into Etsy and type whatever you're looking for in the search bar. And you can usually find whatever you want. I got some strawberry ribbon for the strawberry wreath from Etsy too. I can't remember what shop it came from. There's another shop on Etsy called Trims, T-R-I-M, I think it's 2 Z's, T-R-I-M-Z-Z. And they have a lot of ribbon. I get most of my ribbon on Etsy, I'll be honest with you.
I had to check them
You
out.
know, sometimes if I go to Hobby Lobby, I'll luck out and I'll find something that I need. But most of the time, I just jump on Etsy and, you know, I find what I'm looking for. And it took me a long time to know different names. You know, chevron and houndstooth and what's that one called, Gina? Quatrefoil?
Quatrefoil.
Yeah. I don't know if I have one of those. This bow tie keeps coming out. I don't know if I have. Isn't that what this is? Hold on, let me look. My ribbon bag here. Isn't this quatrefoil?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's Q-U-A-R-T. I can't spell out loud. I have to write down to spell.
Quatrefol.
There you go. I'm the type of person that has to write down something to spell it. I would be terrible in a spelling bee. Let's see if I can get my bow tie to stay this time. This is third time's a charm here. My ends keep popping out.
I have a question for you about your ribbon.
Okay.
When you have wired ribbon like your bumblebee and it's kind of flimsy, is there anything you can do to stiffen it up? Was it you that showed us one time about?
Yes, yes. The thing of it is that I discovered, I used Mod Podge. The thing of it is that I discovered, do you know what Mod Podge is?
Yes.
Don't go overboard with it because it'll be too stiff. And it'll just stick straight out in your wreath and you won't be able to bend it at all. See if you can get a little paintbrush, like you use, you know, a little thin paintbrush and just do the edges of the ribbon. Because you still want it to have, you still want to be able to mold it and shape it. And I think I even had some ribbon that I just brushed the whole thing with the Mod Podge and it was just way too stiff. I couldn't even bend it to put it in the wreath. So you can go a little bit overboard with that. I've tried stiffening spray, like fabric stiffening spray, and that didn't work at all.
What happens What happens when the Mod Podge gets moisture though, like if your wreath's on the outside of your door?
I have no idea. I think it's okay because people Mod Podge signs and things like that, but you might want to look on the website and see their website and see what it says about, getting it wet.
Okay.
I really can't answer that. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I know a lot of people, I paint rocks also, and I know the Plaid company says that it is not waterproof. That's why I wanted to ask, because I thought I saw you do that to some ribbon that was not wired.
You read that it's not waterproof?
Yes, from a letter from the Plaid company itself.
Oh.
Even the ones that say waterproof, it's still not 100% waterproof if it's outdoors all the time. And I have that same bee ribbon that you have. That's why I'm asking. Oh,
I see. It's bending for me, but it's just kind of thin. That's all. It's still holding its shape.
Okay.
It's just a little bit thin. I would think that unless it's in direct, exposure to rain, if it just gets a little bit damp, I think it would be okay. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now I'm just kind of curling my little pipe cleaners that are left over like into a little ball there. If you can see that. I'm not going to cut them off. I'm just going to kind of make a little ball out of it and roll it up. Let me see here. I think I have enough for two more here. And I don't want two of the same ribbons together, so I always have. Sometimes I have that issue. How many ties do I have left on the outside? 1, 2, no, I have 3. That'll work out then, good. Can't have two of the same ribbons next to each other. That's a no-no. So a friend of mine lives in Southern California, and I had posted the weather on my page that it was finally like 74 and low humidity, and she said, check this out, and it was 114 degrees where she was. She said it was even too hot to go in the pool. She's got 2 little kids. And her gardener was outside mowing her lawn, and he had pants on. It's like, oh my gosh, you're crazy. I actually get sick. The heat makes me sick. I get a headache. I feel very run down. I don't function well in the heat. And I had my sister over my house for the 4th of July. My kids went to their aunt's house for a picnic. And everybody else was busy. They all had stuff going on. And I didn't really want to go to a big get-together. So I just had my sister over, and we hung out and we grilled and we had some drinks. But it was too hot to sit outside. It was just way too hot. So we came inside with the air conditioner. And it was just fun. We're getting there, people. The ribbon adding process can be a little bit tedious. My daughter left for the weekend. Oops, she went down to New Jersey. Actually, I think they were going to drive into Connecticut. So she drove about 3 hours, and her friend met her. And she parked her car. Oh, I'm blurry. I'll fix it in 1 second. She parked her car at a local train station, and her friend just picked her up, and they drove the rest of the way to Connecticut. So she's going to be down there. She's never sitting still. She's always out doing something. She's only 24, so it was so funny, and she'd probably kill me if she knew I told you guys, but she went out Friday night to some bonfire at a friend's house, and they had a pool, and they had a cookout and everything, and I didn't hear her come home. I think I heard her. But then I came out at like 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the bathroom, and I saw the bathroom light on, and I didn't see her, you know, and this is silly, but she likes to sleep on the couch. Don't ask me why. She's got a perfectly comfortable bed, but she likes to crash on the couch. So I saw the bathroom light on. I did not see her on the couch. So I went in her room, and her bed's like full of clothes, and, you know, it's just a mess. And she's laying on her bed on top of all of her clothes with her toothbrush in her hand. And then I'm like, what are you doing? And then she popped up, and I guess she just like was getting ready to wash up, and she fell asleep. She had a little bit too much to drink, so. And then she was upset because she had a headache the next day. I said, well, what do you want? And it was the day before 4th of July. Actually, yeah, it wasn't Friday night. I keep thinking it was Friday night. Because, you know, yesterday felt like a Monday because of the 4th. It's so weird to have a holiday right in the middle of the week. All right, we're getting there. I think I might have to cut some more of these, though. I'm out of my longer pieces of that. Do I even have any more of that? I don't think I even have any more of that black and white. I think I'm going to have enough for one more bow tie on the top. I may have to get creative with my bow ties on the top row here. Now, I'm not going to put ribbon on every tie on the top because I don't want to hide my sign. So I kind of just try to go around the sign with my ribbon. You'll see a lot of wreath makers, they'll put their ribbon on and then they'll put their sign, but then they end up squishing their ribbon and you can't see it. So that's why I like to put mine on after. This piece will save for the top. I've got one piece of this black and white left for the top. One more on the outside here. What do we have left? Do this and this, okay. Whoops. Okay, one more on the outside. This is going to be really cute. I like these ribbons. Home stretch.
I brought these little flowers I'm gonna put on it too.
Oh, you know, I have some of those. I think that'll look cute because there's a flower on my sign too. I think I even have some of those. Good idea, Gina.
I got these at Hobby Lobby. They were $1.99 a stem, so I got them for 99 cents each.
Yeah,
and
I got quite a few of the other. Yeah.
Flowers on them.
Awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll put some of mine on there. Good idea, Gina. That means I'm going to have to get my glue gun out. Unless I stick them in and glue them in later. All right, the outside's done. And I just love to do the outside first because just look how pretty that looks just framed on the outside with all the ribbon. I like that. Let me get a drink. Okay. So let's do the inside. I only have one piece of this yellow ribbon left though. I might need to use my polka dot too. I might need to use my polka dot ribbon on the inside because I only have one piece of the other one. So sorry, Gina, but I got to use this polka dot. Sorry. Now you got to try to find where your pipe cleaner isn't buried. Sometimes they can get buried under your sign. So, and what I always say, if you go all the way down to the bottom of your pipe cleaner, you're not going to be able to see your ribbon. So I kind of go like halfway down, if that makes sense, and kind of try to tie it near the top so your ribbon is more resting on the top, because you kind of want to go around your sign like that. We're going to sneak some of this ribbon here, just like that. If you go all the way down, it's just going to be squished way down there. You're not going to be able to. It's just going to look weird. It's just, that's all I can say. That's the only thing I have to say about that. It'll just be down too far. I think I'm going to use this for a bow tie. I think this will look cute. I haven't done these in any of the bow ties yet. And you can definitely do your 2.5 in a bow tie. The challenge now that we have is to make sure we have enough pipe cleaner to get this in here. You don't want to stab yourself with your ribbon wire because that hurts. I've done that. I've made myself bleed by stabbing myself with my ribbon wire. That's sharp. Now look at how cute that is. Very cute. All right, I've got some more bee ribbon. My last piece of black and white here. Put this over here. Sometimes you know it's kind of hard for you to get your ribbon to lay the way you want it to if you have a very poofy wreath, but just be patient with it. I like my ribbon to kind of hug my wreath. I don't like the ribbon to stick straight up. So I kind of go down here with my hand and I just kind of curl it under. If it goes over your sign a little bit, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I think I'm going to use a piece of my bee ribbon for my bow tie for this one. It's a little bit of a smaller piece, but I can make it work. I can find the other half of my pipe cleaner, that is. It just decided to disappear on me. There it is.
Christina, it's funny how they do that.
Do what?
Disappear.
Yeah, isn't it though? I know. Like, wait a second, it was just there a second ago. Jeez.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
Well, especially since my pipe cleaners are yellow and they're sort of getting lost in my yellow mesh, so.
Well, mine are black and they still get lost.
No. That's all right. I think my ribbon came out a little bit here, but I'm not going to tug on it. I don't want to put my bow tie back in, so it kind of came loose underneath, but I'm just going to kind of let it sit. I'm not going to disturb it. Stay. Okay. What do I want to do now?
Christina,
Yeah.
that is so beautiful like that.
Thank you, Mimi.
That we
Thank
can see
you.
the mesh.
I know. See? You can. So maybe I shouldn't even put any more ribbon on. Maybe I
Right.
should put flowers
Right.
on.
Yeah.
Should I put more ribbon over here or just put flowers on?
Flowers.
You think so?
That looks beautiful. Whatever you do will look good.
Oh, thank you, Mimi. You're such a sweetheart. I have more ribbon left though, so I kind of want to use it. I shouldn't have put that down there. I should have put that up here. And I should have put another one of those down there. That's what I should have done. I don't really want to have to move it, but I'm going to have to. They're still setting off fireworks. You guys can hear that or not. Yeah, I'm going to move this over here, I think, instead. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Pop, pop, pop. And my doggy slept all the way through it the other night because I don't think she can hear so good anymore. My kitty was nervous.
I think I'm going to add my flowers tomorrow. Let it sit here and kind of just sit here for a little bit.
Okay.
But
Are you leaving?
yeah, really.
All right, Gina. I understand.
I'm tired, so.
I'm tired too.
But I'll post a picture of this without the flowers tonight, then I'll post it with the flowers tomorrow too.
Okay, my dear. I'm almost done here anyway, so.
Everybody have a great evening.
Good night, Miss Gina.
Night.
So I just moved this over here because I want to put some more of that polka dot and black stripe in the opposite corner. I think that'll look good. I'm kind of working with a shorter piece of ribbon for this bow tie, so don't want to tug on it too much and have it come out on me. There we go. And I can put this over here. And I think I'm going to use polka dot again. I'm going to sneak some of this polka dot in. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody, Mimi. Emily, what do you have for signs? Emily's busy.
I have this one. Can you see it? Let me see. Where am I?
You got to turn your webcam on.
I don't know how to do that. Let me see.
All right.
There. Can you?
Where is it? Hold up that sign so I can see what you got. Oh, that's cute. What does it say? I can't see it. I'm too far away.
It says, "Welcome to our hive."
Oh, I love that. Where'd you get that?
Personally.
Yeah, personally yours. I've heard about her. I've never ordered from her.
Oh, I like her stuff. I got a bunch of stuff from her. And then I've got, I don't know who this one came from. It's just a welcome with a bee on it.
Oh, that's cute. I looks
I got it the last minute.
I'm not close to the computer. Hold on a second here. I think, isn't that like a craft outlet sign? I think maybe. Hold on. Let me double click on your picture. Hold on, so I can get a better. Hold that up again. Oh, that looks like that's from Bright Designs. From Patricia's shop, because it looks just like this one with the. See how she's got the holes like that? Does it have the sticker on the back?
No, I don't
Really?
have a sticker on the back.
Huh, maybe it isn't one of ours. Maybe somebody else.
You know something? Hold on. I know where I can find out.
I'm just curious. Not a big deal. What am I going to put with this one now? I don't have any more of that.
Oh, I forgot. I've got all kinds of stuff. I don't know if you can see all this.
Now I'm blurry again. Hold on. Wow, look at that. You do have a lot of stuff.
And I've got some that's just see that?
I can. I'm kind of looking down at my wreath. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking up. That's cute. I'm putting my last ribbon bundle in here.
I told you I've been working on this before you told me.
Well, you got to make how many wreaths? 3? I would think you would have had to start working on it for a while. Yeah, I'm all out of this black and white, so I'm going to have to improvise here with a little more yellow in the corner. I could just do all the bee ribbon here, but I only have one more piece of that, so I got to work it in here somehow. Just going to tuck that in and tuck this in like that. I think I'm going to use my last piece for a bow tie. And then I think that's it. But I'm going to see if I can grab some of these little white daisies that I have. I'm not going to glue them in now. I'm just going to kind of place them and see how they look at the suggestion of Miss Gina. I didn't even think of putting flowers in.
Emily, that's adorable.
Oh, thank you. If you're looking at your wreath and you wonder, what does it need? What does it need? What does it need? If it's summertime or spring, you can always add some florals. They always, add that little something that you think it might need. You can even just grab some from the Dollar Tree. I think the little daisies that I have, I got from Dollar General. Let me see where they are here. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see. What? They're not really little. They're kind of big. I don't need the green, but I'm not going to glue them in yet. I'm just going to kind of place them and see if I like them or not.
Those are cute. Good
I put a green ribbon on mine.
You got green ribbon?
Yeah, I put a green ribbon. Not very much, but.
You have green in your sign? Is that why maybe?
Well, there's a lot of green in my sign.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work. That will work. I was in Dollar General the other day and I was buying flowers and the stems were really, really long and I didn't want them. So I'm at the counter plucking off the flowers and I'm like, can you throw this away from me? It's like, I gave her the stems. She's like, what? It's like, I don't really want the stems. I know them over there. I go over there all the time. So they know that I'm crazy. I could even put one right in the middle of my ribbon bundle if I want, like that. What do you guys think of the daisies? Yes or no?
Cute, cute, cute.
Should I put the daisies in?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you guys. You're so helpful.
And I'll give you a yes.
I got 3 yeses. I'm going to Hollywood.
Yes.
American Idol. You're going to Hollywood. You got 3 yeses. I don't really feel like getting my glue gun out right yet, though, so I'm just going to kind of place them.
And we can see the mesh.
You love that, Mimi, huh? Is that
Yes.
enough flowers, or should I put more? I think I don't want to go too crazy with the flowers.
That's
What do you
very
think?
cute. Very cute.
Does it need more?
I like it.
Does it need more flowers, or is that enough?
No.
I think that's enough.
I think so too.
It's adorable.
How pretty is that? How pretty is that? I'm not done with summer yet, you guys. I'm not ready for fall wreaths yet. Soon. I'm having fun making summer still. So I'm going to sign off now, snap a pic. I'm going to go check on my kitty, make sure she's okay, because I'm sad now after what Gina told me, but I'm more sad to kind of break the news to my daughter that that might be a possibility. So, but we'll see. Who knows? All right, you guys. Another class tomorrow. We're going to have the strawberry wreath. Whoever wants to join, you're more than welcome.
Can I get a video of this one?
Of course you can. Everybody that attends gets a video.
Oh, okay.
All righty.
All right. Well, you have a good evening.
You too, guys.
All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Good night, Connie.
Good night.
Good night, Emily. Good night, Jackie. Good night, Candy, Lisa, Mimi, Cheryl, and Stacy. Good night, John Boy.
Roll
Good night,
call.
Mary Ellen.
Oh. Good night,
Good
Mary.
night, all.
Good night, guys. Have a great night. Thanks.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.